You see it, I got it. You see it, I got it. Blow up, told y'all I would blow up. Told y'all I would blow up. Blow up. Told y'all I would blow up. This shit happened like I said so. You see it, you see it, you see it, I got it. Got it.
Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm putting together a new kit. This kit is a blackout kit, so it's meant to be fully dark for those times I'm playing in the dark indoor arenas with the black walls, or for night games. I want to be as invisible as possible because recently I had an outing where I saw a player and I only saw him when I was fully exposed. Luckily he was a teammate, so he didn't shoot me, but looking back at that I realized there's a big advantage to having a dark kit in the dark arena versus my gray and tan kit, which probably makes me just glow against the black wall. So here I have all the ingredients that are going to go into it. Some of the stuff I bought, some of the stuff I modified a little bit, and some of the stuff I just had to create, print, and I'm going to share all that with you. Hopefully you'll get inspired, and I'll provide links to everything and show you how to put it together. So stay tuned. That's coming up next. This kit varies greatly from my current kit. Right now I'm using a helmet and revision goggles, which are pretty big. They're the full-size goggles, and I'm using the electronic headsets for ear protection. A lot of the fields I go to around here require ear protection, so that's really the only choice other than maybe a full mesh mask, but I really don't like the look of those masks. This kit's supposed to be lightweight for since it is mostly for CQB. You want to be quick, you want to be agile, and something like a helmet and big goggles does not really add to that. And the hearing protection is what really drives me nuts, because indoors these amplified headsets are really annoying. You end up hearing way too much, more than you actually need to. You start hearing music from the staging area while you're in a game. It's just annoying, and it's kind of claustrophobic having all that wrapped around your head. So this kit's going to be light. It's a hat-based kit, first of all, so no helmet. That's already a ton of weight shaved off. Second, I'm losing these electronic headsets. These are by Howard Lay. I know these are very popular with a lot of players. Those are going because I don't like having amplified headsets indoors. And thirdly, I'm also losing the revision goggles for something slimmer. I'm going to try these Smith Optics Boogies, I believe they're called, and these are in that red tint, which actually looks like sunglasses, but it's designed to amplify low light. That kind of sounds like BS, because when I'm wearing them indoors, this versus no goggles, clear goggles are definitely clear, and I think they look a lot cooler than clear lenses with that reflective finish. The whole thing is to make it look cool, make it look intimidating. That's a big part of airsoft, so these work really well into that. The hat I'm using is by Hazard 4, I believe the brand, and it's just a PMC cap. I'll have a link to that. I also suggest using a head sock. This one's by Under Armour, and it just goes over your head, covers your face. So when you have the mask and the hat and goggles all on your face, it just feels better, having something in between the skin and all that stuff that's not necessarily the softest. And I have a mesh mask, of course, because I like that low profile, so I can get down sides and I get that nice open air feel, so my voice is not muffled, and if I'm running, I'm getting some fresh air fed into my face, which is always a plus. Now for ear protection, because I am playing CQB and a lot of fields require that, I had to come up with my own solution, and these are these ear clip-on pieces. They work together with the mask by utilizing the little piece of Velcro here that currently this connects to. By taking that off, sliding this in, and a couple of zip ties, you now have inline ear protection that's built into the mask. You might be thinking, why not get a full-size mask that already has the part that flares out here? That would be great if those masks didn't look so terrible, I have to say. They just don't work, and you know, airsoft is partially a fashion show. So these look way cooler, as you saw in the intro, and I'll show you later on when I assemble the whole thing. And they're much lighter than something like this, and they're open air, so all you're hearing is actual sound, and you can tell the direction and the level of the sound coming in. It's not distorted by the headset. And they're lightweight, and they utilize all the parts that come with the mask as is, so they're simple to add. No tools required, no drilling, no nothing. All you have to do is supply 4 zip ties to put them on, so very simple. And then for filming the stuff, which of course is optional, not everyone films, I created a new GoPro mount. And right here it's shown on the full-size case. I will also have a version of it for the Blackout case, and this works very simple. On the back you add a piece of Velcro, which you'll have to supply if you buy this from my store at BrainExploderCreations.com. So that's the only part you need to supply. The rest is simple. This is basically a new backdoor for your case. So you will get this piece, then you take your camera, you snap off the back door, which is very simple. I'll show you how to do that when I do a full video for the mount and for the earpiece separately, but together I'm just showing you how the whole headset's coming together. These will be available in beta stage in my Shapeways store, so if you want to help me test it out, kind of provide feedback or input on the design before it's finalized, that's always welcome, so check out those links. So a tactical head, one of these, take your GoPro case, snap off the back door. It actually does not need one of those locking arms or nuts and bolts, any of that. It snaps in here, the opening, the two grooves that normally go into the mount, they slide in here and you push it down. Then that locks on, and then you simply lock it down, and now that's on here forever basically. And this clips onto the front here. Even this clip alone is a pretty tough clip already. You can see everything's curved to the shape of the hat and to comfortably fit on your head as well. So there's a lot of space where the mount's connecting to the hat. So this snaps on, this velcros in, and you're good to go. It's open back, so you'll get a lot of sound in there hopefully. And this is a great way to mount a camera onto the hat without having to deal with a head strap or drilling holes like I did in my previous mount. Very simple, very low profile, pretty much as low as you could get without seeing the bill, and easy to remove and switch to a helmet setup if need be. Now that you've kind of seen all the pieces, let's put them together. The one thing I'll mention that I will be doing kind of that's a little unorthodox is with these goggles. I'm going to drill a hole here, which I don't know if I would recommend this to everyone because you're probably violating every warranty this has and possibly weakening the structure. I'm not too worried about it because it already has holes drilled into it. These are venting holes that are supposed to catch air as you're running. Adding one more hole here probably won't do much to the structure, so I'm going to add a hole here, and what I'm going to do is kind of connect the goggles to the mask. This way I don't ever get any gapping when I'm moving or talking or leaning on the gun. I notice they tend to separate, or this will push up too high into the goggle and then starts poking me in the eye or rubbing against my bridge of my nose. So this will kind of guarantee a nice consistent lineup between the goggles and the mask. So I'll show you how to do that. That's optional. This whole setup works with any goggle really. So let's put it together. First I'll show you how this goes onto the mesh mask. It's very simple, and then I'll show you how I'm going to attach the goggles to here as well. Let's get started. Okay, so first I'll show you how to add the earpieces to the mask. So this is a typical mesh mask. It's a 2-strap. What we're going to do is keep the strap because we need that, and we're going to remove these pieces that connect the mesh straps to the mask itself. So what I had done is cut through it. Yeah, so I cut this one open and it slides right off. I'm going to do the same on this side. So that gives you the mesh mask by itself, and then you just want to take the straps out for use on a new setup. So then you get this, and this will be what holds the mask to your head through these. Now putting these on is pretty simple as well. Let's start off with the right one. All you do is take it on. As you can see, there's an opening in here. That's going to go over the existing little Velcro piece here. We'll keep it just because it's an extra point of attachment. You slide it on, so there you go. Let me do the other side. So there's your earpieces attached, and even like this it could work. You could just simply put the strap back on and then use the mask, but I want to better aligned and I want to keep it secure. For example, you can see the same mask on this side ends up being kind of wobbly. Here it's really tight. So there seems to be no real standard as far as the distance that's allowed here between the mask and the little loop that's attached to it. So I made it a little closer in so it fits all sorts of variants. Once you have it in here, now we're going to use the zip ties. You can see there's 2 openings here, and from there we're going to run a zip tie for each opening into the mask. So from here to here, I use these little zip ties just because they fit better into the small openings of the mask. I would recommend buying some of these smaller ones. You could probably get even thinner ones, which would make it even easier. So I'm going to run the zip ties through the openings in the mask and in the ear protector. What I've done is actually gone into the ear protector where I want to put the zip tie through, and just enlarge the hole a little bit by just kind of pushing in something in there that's a little larger, so it bows out and it's much easier to run the zip tie through there. Also with the zip tie, put the piece where it locks up together into these squares, so then it almost recesses and you can push it into that opening and really make it as unnoticeable as possible. And do it from the outside so it's not pushing on your face from the inside. I'm going to do the other 4 now, or the other 3. Alright, so once you run the zip ties through there, you can see it now becomes one piece really. It looks pretty cool, it's on there. There's a little bit of a groove here, so where the mask meets the earpiece, it wants to sit in that groove and not move around. Once you pull the zip ties far enough and you're comfortable with how these connect and it's a secure connection, you could trim them off. I'm going to do that now. Get as close as possible so you're not scratching your equipment or any of that. So you can see very minimal. Alright, so that's all set. Now you have a nice low profile mask, ear protection, breathability, open air sound. So once that's done, let's go ahead and add the strap. And this is pretty simple. It's just the way you took it out. You're basically just moving it further back. Start from the inside. So coming through the inside of the ear and then back through the loop. Out in one side, out the other, and I kind of find that you want to run it almost all the way to the back. That seems to be where the pull is just right for this new layout, where you get a nice tight hold. Alright, so there you go. This is now a finished mask with the straps. Let me put it on. There you go. I got ear protection, face protection, and nice secure connection to my head. So let me put the whole thing together and show you how it fits now before I drill the holes, and then if you want to do the whole part, that's for you to decide. So the way I like to put it on is start off with a head sock. Of course, like I mentioned before, this is optional. You don't need to wear one if you feel comfortable having stuff on your face. Start with that, get it centered. Then I like to put this on and just kind of leave it hanging on my neck. Get the glasses on. Then the hat. And slide the mask up. And I'm gonna run the glasses over the hat or over the mask, kind of like this. So right there, I'm all assembled. So there's the black look right here. You can see, pretty easy to put on, pretty easy to assemble. I'm gonna go ahead and drill the glasses here so these two mesh up better together. As you can tell, when I'm talking, this is moving around and you lean down the gun. I don't want any gapping happening here. I can't stand that when the mask and the glasses gap, so that's just my preference. So I'll show you how to do that as well, and then we'll have the whole kit all together. Okay guys, let's go through the steps to get these glasses attached to this mask so we avoid that gapping. So again, like I said, I wouldn't recommend this to everyone. There's probably a couple of issues with it, but I feel confident that it won't do any harm to the glasses. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And I'm gonna put the hole right above the foam here, right dead center, as closest to center as I can get. And like I said, it'll go on here, and then I'm gonna run a piece of string, black string, with a needle through the mask, through the glasses, and now it's going to be a nice solid attachment here. No gaps for the BBs to get in, and no these two moving around while I'm talking or running or whatever. So I'm going to use a tiny drill bit because I want to do as little possible structural damage to the glasses as possible. So that's it. Take the glasses, and I'm going to put a piece of foam so I'm not scratching them while I'm trying to go through. And really, it's pretty much as simple as just drilling a hole. Looks good. So there you go. That was not very difficult. Alright, now let's move on and hook up these two. So I want it sitting right about there, kinda, the mask kinda hooks onto the inside of the goggle almost, pretty much like that. So basically I'm just gonna put it where I want it and then just start running thread through the glasses and through the mask. So as you can see, now they're attached. There's no movement up and down. There's no gapping. It's a nice comfortable fit, and hopefully this will work well. Only a game will tell, but for now this is the assembly and all the pieces that go into it.